Hi, welcome to Daiku Game Pitch. I'm Gary Snow. Today I'm joined by Simone Anselmi and Matteo Botti from Tin Hat Games. We're going to be chatting about Weird World, a science fantasy role-playing game with fast and easy-to-learn rules that combine retro-futurism and fantasy in a violent and humorous setting. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hi, welcome
Thank you very
to
much,
having
Gary.
us. Thank you.
Well, between your names and your accents, please tell us where you're coming from today.
Yeah, we're from Italy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful country. I absolutely love it. I spent some time there last summer and plan to go back there, maybe retire there if I can. So just love it. So thanks for joining us today. And what time is it there for you?
8 p.m.
It's 8 p.m. Yeah, it's yeah.
Cool. And I should also, I guess, first off, ask, like, how did you get involved with role-playing games in Italy? Like, what's the culture like there for that?
Yeah. Can I go, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. My first experience was with a red box, but I honestly understand the rule with the third edition because I was 8 or 9 years old kid, so it's not so easy to understand the taco and the mysterious science behind the saving throws. So I fall in love with this hobby because for my childhood was like to play a video game with endless option, and this blew my mind away. So a video game without a structure, without an action, you can do whatever you want. So I fall in love with the red box, and I continue to play since now. Yeah.
Matteo?
Yeah, about me, of course, it was the red box for me too. It was a big thing here too. I'm a little bit older than Simone, and I was playing during the 90s. And of course, the course was D&D, Call of Cthulhu, Vampire, Cyberpunk, and more indie game. 10 years ago, me and Alex, a friend of mine, decided to found Tin Hat Games, which is a small independent role play game and board game editor. And here in Italy, we have a lot of Italian editors of small indie role play game. We have a lot of titles. The most important, I think, is Lex Arcana or Brancalonia and so on. We have a lot of things boiling in this little space.
Yeah.
Well, I was impressed with all the stuff that you've got on Tin Hat Games on your website. Like, you've been at this for some time. You got some good quality stuff out there, and Weird World is just another piece of that puzzle. I'm going to bring up the slide deck. So, Simone, why don't you just tell us, how did you get the idea for the game in the first place?
Yeah. When I think about Weird World, I try to recreate a game the chillest way possible to approaching the rule set, because the way you play Weird World is it's really traditional, if I can say this, but the same for the lore. So I want to the time that we have to spend in role-playing game is slightly less year by year. So with Weird World, I try to recreate a game that can embrace every genre. Okay, so if you play today with your fantasy adventure, maybe the next session you have see a sci-fi movie and you want to put this scene in the world, but you cannot justify this in the setting. With Weird World you can. So I wrote this game with this intent, and I think it's what Tin Hat Games like, and this is the reason. Yeah.
And we felt in love with this, simplicity, easy way of playing, and this setting, really great, vast, but yet simple. The first thing, the first media reminds me of this game was Borderlands.
Yeah. Yeah. Borderlands. I got influenced by Idiocracy, the movie. We can say Futurama as well. For the art, for example, we used some Moebius art, but do you have to think the Moebius art cover in a 90s style? Okay, so more rotten, more rusty. Okay, if you see the guy in this picture that ran away from riders, this is like Ozark from Moebius, if you know, but is in a way more rotten and rusty way.
And
So
maybe
this
just
is
talk about the art for a sec, because it's really striking. Just tell us about the artist and when did you start compiling the art and the vision for this?
yeah, we have we have to do a lot of work, and we had a lot of work, but the Jacopo Paletti, the artist, had a great job, and he used a lot of description and stuff by other artists, like the structure of the city, of the main city, is take from the art of Akira Toriyama and stuff like this. So Jacopo is a big part of this project, because to explain the lore of this world without words, okay, the art is the best way, and Jacopo do a great job.
And I'll put a link to Jacopo's Instagram account, Peo Sketcher, for those that
Yeah.
are following. I'll put that in
Yeah.
there, and you guys can check it out at home. And while I'm at it, the Kickstarter link is right in the description below. So feel free to click on that. And how much time left do we have to back this?
We have nine days.
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
days.
So it's a short time period. So don't sit on this. You gotta support this. And so 6042, the year that you set it in, and that it truly is a post apocalypse.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lore or mysterious lore, I should say, to kind of get us there. So tell us a little bit, like the setting itself.
Yeah, okay. We are in the year 6042. Countless apocalypse shattered the planet, but someone is still alive. So humans, mutants, aliens, automatons, and wizards are forced to live together, trying to recreate what for each of them is considered home. So the result is a grotesque and bizarre new society, full of humor, but full of violence, because this is a post-apocalyptic game, but you have to survive. The twist in this apocalypse is that you don't have to struggle to find food or water, but you have to pay attention of what you eat and what you drink, because every organism on the earth is corrupted by X energy, mysterious energy that can we define as mana in a fantasy setting, or magic source. Okay, and so if you want to wake up with the same number of eyes and limbs, you have to pay attention of what you eat and what you drink, but you easily find that, but you have to pay attention of that. So the mood of the game,
there's some discrimination against mutants in this world, correct?
yeah, because they are evident, the evident mark of X contamination. So aliens and human in particular are not so good with mutants, and they cannot live together. So the mutants are the most primitive way to play a landwalker in 6042. Yeah, the landwalker. So
Actually, before we go on, I was going to ask you, what's the name of this gentleman?
Barry the Blue. This is
Blue.
the mascot of Weird World. During the manual, he's explained some tips and guides to survive in this environment.
And I love games that do that. It's kind of like that unreliable narrator, I think they call it, where like, do you trust Barry the Blue or not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can trust him.
We tried we tried even on the Kickstarter page to give to Barry a unique way of talking, a unique way of speaking to the players. And during our meeting and our last touch to the game, we decided to transform Bird Blue in something like a useless NPC that has a lot of things to say, but he doesn't want to say anything because he always looking to rob
because
something
he,
from
he
you.
doesn't know he doesn't know to
Yeah. Basically, he doesn't know nothing, but he want to help.
like
Okay.
me.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Landwalkers. Tell us about Landwalkers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Landwalker. Wait. Okay. It's like an adventure in a fantasy setting. So if you play alien, humor, mutants, or whatever origin. You play as a landwalker. So your main goal is to trying to survive and trying to allows colonies to survive. So you have to go out in the mutated land and try to take artifact or precious resources that allows the colonies to survive. So you have to imagine, while you play in Weird World, a classic game, you have to fight, you have to explore, you have to scavenge, but in this mutated and constantly changing world. Yeah. The part of the setting that I explain in the manual, it's called Cloaca Coast, and it's a little space in the entire world. But I choose this because I think if you want to explain the weirdness of the setting, you don't have to justify everything. I make some main info of the setting, but the players and the game master too are invited to put their stuff in there, okay? Because you can create a very personal setting for every table. I don't know if it was
So
clear, but
it's very flexible. Like you're not
yeah.
you got a base point, but beyond the coast, a lot of the world can still be explored and expanded upon.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah. Wanna say something, Matte?
Yeah, those are two pieces of the Kickstarter, and we decided to, give all the information to our readers in less space possible. So, of course, is a sci-fi post-apocalyptic tabletop RPG because, as Simone said, we experienced as a resident of the earth a lot of apocalyptic. The first one was something like biblical, something like Mad Max mode with all the grimness and all the darkness and so on. The second one was a little bit delusional. The third one was the same usual thing. And now in today, all the people living the planet are like, well, it's just another day. And about the basic things we want to share is that you can choose your species. Every species has its unique way of playing the game, its unique perks, its unique style, and as you said, Gary, it's unique way of living the society on Earth. For example, as we speak previously, mutants are hated because they are feared. They are something like animals, and they live on the border of societies. Wizard has their own way of playing because they are something strange and they don't even know who they are and what they are their place on the earth. The earth is a dungeon place to live. Of course, the X energy mutated everything, not only the food, poisoned the water and so on, but evolved in strange things. The animals and the species. So expect to meet a lot of monstrosities, a lot of weirdness, especially on the NPC and on the basically monsters you will have to slay or to avoid. And last, try to stay alive. Use your everything you got and flee from energy X and don't, of course, eat a lot of things without thinking.
Don't drink the yellow water, right?
Yeah, don't drink the yellow water. Yeah.
And so let's talk about how it works. So the rules. You said it's
Yeah.
a simple rule set. So just kind of give us an overview of that.
Yeah. The rules are simple. The rules are simple, but the options are a lot. So, in few words, every character has 4 stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence, and personality. You have to assign die size for each stat. Uh, Bigger is the size die in the stats, more powerful you are in that stats, and you have to reach or exceed a difficult level. In this game, it's called insidiousness level, and this is the main rule. This is all the game work around these rules. Obviously, every origin, every option has slightly differences and slightly mechanics differences, but the main plot is this. So there is a crit system. So the combat system is, I hope, is not. This is the target. I run into the target and I hit until they die. But you have to make him bleed. You can stun. You can destroy the target's armor. So you have a different option in the attack too. As I said, you play as Landwalker, so as an adventurer, but your origin define as you play. So if you're a human, automaton, a mutant, an alien, or a wizard, the gameplay is slightly different. For example, of the wizard, it's the most peculiar origin in this world because it's really correlated to X energy, and they looks like human, but they can use this energy to make a spell called wizardries. And when the previous slides say ride the X energy, it's because the more X energy flows in the wizard's body, the more powerful is the spell that cast. So you have to stay near to the maximum level, but you have to pay attention to not reach it, because you have to draw a random mutation, and random mutation are not good. So the wizards are very powerful, but it's maybe the most difficult origin to play safely. Yeah.
And just to confirm, it goes from D4 for the size of the dice. Is what's the high end? Is it D12?
Yeah. In some case, for aliens, you can reach D12 and you can reach D2, but it's a really particular way to do this, but the works the same. So this is the dice size. Yeah. The game has an high mortality, so you have to imagine a OSR mode when you play, but you have a lot of option, a lot of action that allows to you to not die instantly. So a main things that allows you to do this is the resources of vigor and psyche. You have to imagine a stats like stamina divided in two. You use vigor for the physical stats like force and dexterity, strength and dexterity, and the psyche for intelligence and personality. With this, you can boost your dice result. I make an example for maybe it's easier. I want to destroy the door. For smash this door, I have to do a strength check. I want to be pretty sure about the door comes down, so I invest 2 vigor points on my checks. For example, I have D6 on my strength stats, so I roll the dice and I make 4. plus 2 of my vigor, the result is 6. It's sufficient. It's okay to destroy the door. So I succeed. Either if I make a different result, I can fail. So the vigor and psyche is a powerful boost, but you have to pay attention to not reach the 0 point, because if it's happened, the character goes unconscious. So this is a little twist in the dice rolling and in the rules. There is a crafting system in the game. It's simple too. You have to make 2 checks to make a project of the stuff that you want to create, and one of the dexterity check to do it. And every character, there's no class in the game. There's no archetypes. You are free to evolve your player as you prefer. You have a common pool of skill that you can take what you prefer. And the OSR mood of the rule set are really free. Okay, you can play the game as you want, in the setting way or in the rule system way. You have only to pay attention to vigor, psyche, and X energy. Okay, this is the main stats that you have to integrate in your session. Okay.
So we talked about your origins. So they're not classes per se, but they're origins.
Yep. Humans are humans, so they still alive, and they are very resistant, but they are very aggressive, very racist, very greedy. They think that the planet is still in their hand. So the humans are the same, but we have the automaton. If you go to the next slide, we have the image of the origins.
Okay, there we go.
Humans. Super greedy. Mutants are the dominant species
there's
of the
automatons. I think we left off there. I can go back after that.
Well, as you want. Okay, automatons. Okay, automatons maybe is the most powerful character to start with, because they have a metal body, they have a high value armor, high value of damage reduction, powerful weapon, but you don't can regain. You can take a health point back by sleeping or medication. So you have to find a new part to craft your damage part. So it's very powerful, but it's very expensive to a party to have an automatons in it, and it's you have to play wisely, like as an automaton. Okay, because every point you lose, it's not so easy to take him. To take it back.
The basic idea is that they are very expensive, Apple-like thingy, and when you damage one of those, or if you get damage, the first thing, like imagine an expensive car, the first thing you have to ask yourself, oh no, how many money I have to spend to repair my thing, or in the case we are the automaton, I have to spend to repair myself. And so for automatons, even the experience phase, even the evolution phase of the character, of course, is not automatic, because a human, for example, can evolve during adventure to adventure. For an automatons, they are just stuff. They are an object, so they need something physical to evolve.
Yeah, you have to find parts, you have to craft parts. Okay, let's talk about mutants. Mutants are the new dominant species. They are covered in X energy. They have a lot of weird mutations like flying wings, flying flashy wings, the amphibious respiration system to go underwater. They have additional limbs. They have a lot of stuff that make the character really unique and really unique in the way you can play it. So it's pretty funny to play as mutants, and it's the main species on the earth. But for this, it's not it's the most hated. Okay, so it's funny to play mutants. It's not funny to be a mutant. Okay.
And aliens.
Yeah, aliens. There is a lot of species of aliens, but if you are an alien on 6042 on Earth, you are classified in one of these four divisions. Okay, you have teeth or claws, you are a predator. You are smart, you are a cerebra. You are big, you are a colossus. You are you can change your structure, you are a polymorph. Okay, so they are pissed off because they can't go back home, because in the setting, the lore of the setting, there is a mysterious event that transform every landing on the earth into a crash. Okay, so every alien that try to landing on earth from an age come posso dire, Matteo, dal 4600 in poi, from the
since 4600.
Okay, since 4600.
They invade the planet and they fail, then they can't come back home.
Yeah. So they're really pissed off, and the aliens are not nice guy. Okay, in few words. Yeah. Wizard. Okay, Wizard are the most unique origin because they are related with X energy. They looks like human, but they can cast spell called wizardry in this game. And I want to say I want to not say more of wizard because it's really correlated to the lore of the game. So I think it's fun to a player to discover this stuff while playing as wizard.
And when did you come up with the name Weird Zards? I trip on that with my tongue, but maybe
yeah. Me too. So I don't know how I choose the name, but okay, bad things. Yeah. There is a lot of weird creature, as we say. There is Meshanks, this goblin-like creature, very insidious. A wolf zard that is a mutation, a fusion between a wolf and a lizard. We have a zombie, is like a dead corpus bring back to life by X energy. And we have a lot of weird stuff like Furitan, Swamp Grabber, Cyclorpion, these weird creature that with weird power. Okay, so Furitan is very strong. Cyclorpion have a sting that can paralyze the target. So you have to pay attention of what creature you encounter, and there's no balance in the game. So if you are a level 1 or a level, there's no level 2, but if you are a newbie or a pro landwalker, a Furitan is always a danger for you. Okay, so this is the mood of the game. You don't have to expect a balanced game. If you do the dumb things, maybe you die. And
so it's up to the players how much risk they're willing to take on, and don't go too far, or else you're dead.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your Kickstarter. Like we mentioned,
Yep.
there's not too much time left on it. But
Yep.
first off, I saw that you did the landscape style, which is not always the norm.
Yep.
So just tell us about your decision on that.
Yeah, the mood, the style, the format of the game is a comic reference, a comic book reference. Here in Italy, we have those strips, let's call them, which are of these. I have one here. They are something like this. This is the quick start, and it's something like this. So we decided to put everything in this format because we want to exaggerate the comic style of the game. Of course, like Simone said, is it's a word with a lot of dangerous. Everything is deadly and so on. But there's a vein of comic in this wasteland, something like Borderlands, for example. So the landscape format is the right format for us because, for example, many illustration like on the cover, they develop in 2 pages, so we can portray, for example, a city full of crawling people, a lot of things happening in the same time, and so on, all in this comic mood. And for us is a good way of narrate the things of Weird World, because we think that the environment can tell a story just with a single illustration.
It reminds me of Where's Waldo? You can get lost in the picture, right? You start looking in, and there's different stories going on.
Yeah, we received an illustration of a city from the game because we are already working on the final product during the campaign from Jacopo Pauletti, and is something like Find Waldo. We have all these little stories and so on, and that's the perfect reference. Of course, the Weird World screen will be foldable, of course, 3 panel, and every panel will have this landscape format. The idea is to give you on the higher pledge a box, and inside the box you will find everything.
And it obviously has to have some weird dice to go along with the weird game, right?
Of course. We decided to custom some dice. This is the classic polyset. We on our previous Kickstarter had just 2 dice. We loved working on dice, customize, choose the color, choose the engraving, and so on. And we decided to apply everything we learned on that experience inside this game. Basically, we want to deliver slimy green dice with the bone number plus the logo, of course. We decided to create, and for every game we create an art book. So even this game will have its unique art book by Jacopo Pauletti. We have a lot of illustration, a lot of work in progress illustration, a lot of things, sketches, discarded graphics, and so on. We have a lot of things to share with the people because the project was born some years ago. So the route from the start to today was long, and we want to share everything with the people.
I love that because you get to see how the sausage was made, right? You get to see the behind the scenes and all the decisions that went into making the game. So that's really cool. I really like to see that kind of stuff. And then you also have a weird adventure.
Yeah, we have some adventures. during the Kickstarter and in the add-on section and so on, we decided to unlock just gaming things. We don't want to give people pins or some
shirt, the hat,
but cool. Yes, we don't want that kind of thing. We want to give to people things that they can use during their game. So we decided to unlock adventures. They are stapled book from 60 to 20 pages, full color, landscape, of course. And the idea is the same. We want to give to the bakers something that reminds them a comic book. So full of color, full of illustration, and of course, inside you will find a complete adventure that you can take, read, and play that night if you want. So super easy to understand, super easy to apply. And on the same way, we decided to unlock even settings. The idea is the same. You can have your Depliant with 20 pages or so on, and you can read it and you can apply it to the game. This is the box. The weird box is just a mock-up, of course, like everything we saw. And well, it's a big box with everything inside: the handbook, the art book, the adventures, the settings, and the postcard. We even have a postcard. On the front, you will find an illustration, like imagine a postcard, a basic postcard. And on the back, you will find all the information about that specific artifact, creatures, and so on. So you have this, you have this postcard, and you can use directly into the game.
Yeah, we have a lot of idea, a lot of stuff we are working on. So you just have to help us to unlock everything. You have a lot of stuff.
And I should mention, I'm going to bring up your Quick Start, which you can download right from the Kickstarter. So if you go to the Kickstarter link, and you can check it out there, there's a download link. And just I'm going to flip through it really quickly just to give you a sense of, like, this is a really good Quick Start. Like, you give a lot of information and details of the game already in here. And so check it out, because it gives you a taste of what to expect when the game comes out. And look at all the great art and the great fun layout that's going on here. And so I guess from your perspective now, like, the Kickstarter is kind of at the midpoint, which for those that have never run a Kickstarter, boy, you get out of the gates really good, and then there's that kind of middle plateau. So get out there and support the team.
Yeah, we are in the middle of plateau.
We're in the desert, and we're looking for an oasis. But like, you can just see the quality of that you can get just from the Quick Start. And so, as we've often mentioned here on this channel, get out there and support indie game designers, because we are not Wizards of the Coast. We are just doing this for the passion. There's usually not money to be made in games, so help everybody out that you can. So, like, it's a great Kickstart. You got some weapons there. You've got tables. You got X Energy. You've got bestiary. Like, there's enough here to kind of whet your appetite, and even some of the isometric maps. And I saw at the end there is a ton. Look at that, good stuff here. So I will just say that everybody should get out there and check it out. And all the links are in below between the social media and the Kickstarter campaign. And I think you guys got something really good here. And so just tell us, obviously this is going to fund, right? We're going to be happy about that. And next steps for the game after that?
Next step, Matthew?
Yeah, next step is to collect everything, of course, everything from Simone, from Jacopo Pauletti, and we want to, of course, the deadline are far away, but we want to impress the people, sending them digital copies way before the deadline. And we want to collect as fast as we can all the information, start the editing phase on March, and starting the layout phase with everything. Our first focus is, of course, the handbook, and after the handbook we will start working on the additional
expansion,
things.
adventure. Yeah.
The main goal is to end delivery during Comics and Games, the game in November and in October.
Well, I just want to say, Matt and Simone, thank you for coming on the show and sharing with us a Weird World. It looks like a really fun game, and I think it's going to do really well. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us. Thank you a lot.
And if you are a game designer and you want to come on Game Pitch to talk about your game and your Kickstarters, visit daikugames.com/gamepitch, and there's a form to fill out. And if you are there, make sure to tell them Game Pitch Gary sent you.
Hey friends, are you looking for a game that is not Dungeons or Dragons? Well, we got exactly what you need at Daiku Game Pitch. We got zines, we got OSR, we got adventures. But wait, there's more. We got solo games, we got journaling games, we even got card games and dice games. Oh hell, I don't even know what kind of game this is, but we got it. And if you visit us in the next 2 minutes, you're gonna get all the Zine Quest, Zine Months, Itch Fund and Backer Kits, Kickstarters that you can handle. Visit us at www.daikugames.com and tell them Game Pitch Gary sent ya.